With all the efforts and awareness campaigns to highlight the dangers of human trafficking, as well as several accounts of Libyan returnees, one would think that many will hit the call to save their own lives. But constant news of drowning on the Mediterranean Sea and rescue operations which reveal that Nigerians are still very much involved calls for sustained public enlightenment on human trafficking issues. You are watching NAPTIP on the Move, and I am Emanuela Okeke. Thank you for joining us. On today's episode, we will show you very graphic pictures of the stark reality of trafficked victims, the journey, the dangers, the life, and the lies. If you or anyone you know is considering leaving Nigeria illegally, this is a must-watch for you. Stay glued to your seat.
Human trafficking, popularly referred to as modern-day slavery, shares many similarities with the old form of slavery. Unfortunately, these days, most victims start out by paying an agent, usually referred to as burger, to facilitate their crossover to Europe, while some are trafficked from the onset. Whatever the case, the willing illegal migrant soon becomes a trafficked victim as the monies held to secure their journey soon vanishes and they are left at the mercy of the agents who either force them into labor, put them on sale, or exploit them by asking that they control money. This means getting people back home in Nigeria to pay for their freedom. The journey is also not far from the crude methods of slavery, as they are usually docked behind open vehicles to go through the desert, while the more unfortunate ones walk through the burning sand and scorching heat of the sun without adequate supplies, falling to their deaths and baking in the sun. Nothing can prepare a Nigerian for the journey through the desert, as our climate does not offer a dress rehearsal. The seemingly fortunate survivors who reach the border nations such as Libya get on floaters, throwing caution to the wind. Many without swimming skills are the first to drown. Even with the required skills, swimming an ocean is an impossible task. Many drown in the process. Though a few may sail through when rescue boats arrive, some die while trying to get on the boat. Then hope of arriving the shores of Europe are dashed as drowned bodies of promising young men and women line up the shores, unaccounted for and undocumented. The families back home wait in futility, hoping to receive some money someday, or that they will return with the goodies. The few that were lucky to arrive alive are faced with dirty, dangerous and demeaning jobs. Here is a case of some prostitutes based in Italy who recorded a message to those who think they live in paradise and have the money to send back home.
You think Europe is easy? Because it's in Europe, money man, bring money, send money man. It's not easy man. Now they tell me say, I pay you send me 200 euro. You know what they say? No, they're busy for our children. They say send money kill now. Stupid. Ah, my brother, you come in, send me 150. And you put me for government work.
I don't work for you. I mean,
When I dey for Libya, I call you off your phone. I can't reach Italy now. You say I don't reach Italy. Maybe send money come. Like say you put me for government work. Very, very stupid. I'm not try and say send me money, oh, I not get.
Rescued victims joined the fight against human trafficking by becoming advocates through sharing their story.
I left Nigeria July 19, 2017 to Libya. In the desert, the journey was not easy. We were 150 that left Agadez to Sabah. We lost 55 souls. That is the rough estimate we can give at that point in time. From Sabah, we moved to Tripoli. In Tripoli, we moved to the sea. Let's cross over to Italy. In the sea, the boat we were inside, we were 140. At the Blue Sea, the boat capsized, where we lost 110, died. My experience in Libya is not something to talk home about because it's not good at all. They hold us captive. They don't release us. We were in that Nigeria prison, or they call it detention camp, but it's prison because when they treat us there, we eat food like a slave. And when the embassy will come, they will tell them, no Nigerians. We only have 50, we only have 30, we only have 40. They will lock up the hall that will have more than 600 Nigerians inside the place. But I want to say very big thank you to the federal government for this massive deportation they are doing. It's a very good one. I really appreciate them. God will bless them because they are God sent to us.
All my service in Nigeria went through this traveling. Come and see how Libya torture people. You know, they use iron, wood to beat people. You know, naked you, hang you. They won't give you starvation. You know, so that kind of thing like that. We have many graduates in Libya, many graduates. They were convinced here when you go to Libya, it is good, no problem, so stuff like that. Many graduates. I advise my fellow Nigerians, any traveling that does not involve visa, traveling by road is too risky. Life in deserts is not good. Many people are dead, Mediterranean Sea. If not because of God, I will have been a dead man now. But for God so kind, I'm still alive for witness to tell people, Nigerians, not to go to Libya again.
My candid advice to all the youths that will be listening to me speaking now and after now, please, I beg you, my fellow youths, please desist from harboring such a thought in your mind because it is a deadly experience. I encountered a case of 3 brothers that entered this route, but it's only one that came back with me today. 2 have gone. So the last time I heard about 2 boats being pushed into the sea, the 2 boats comprised of 290 people, but it's only 4 people that survived in the 2 boats. It's only 4 people. So this journey doesn't worth our life. This journey doesn't worth it. Let whatever we are looking for there, we can get it in this Nigeria. Because I must confess to you, it was in the course of this journey that I came to learn and understand that Nigeria has a great value. And there is nothing in this my whole wide world that will make me embark on any illegal journey again. I can never try it. And I am advising my fellow youths, they should never try it. It doesn't worth our life. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Behind every crime of human trafficking lies the dangerous cocktail of ignorance and deceit. For those paying to be trafficked and also for those deceived into going to Europe for a proper job, the notion that the streets of Europe and other Western nations are stuff the TV soaps are made of is the biggest lie told by all traffickers who usually appear very rich to fool the unsuspecting. Thankfully, one of such traffickers was arrested recently and tried in the United Kingdom for human trafficking following an extensive covert investigation.
We talk about partnership in the fight against human trafficking as one of the P's in our work, and is in line with that partnership that NAPTIP, the NAPTIP JDTF, that's the Joint Border Task Force, and the UK National Crime Agency had to work together to deal with some of our nationals who are in the UK who are trafficking our citizens. So it is in this kind of partnership that the woman, Cassandra Iyamu, was arrested sometime in August last year. And because she had become known for trafficking Nigerian girls from here to some countries abroad, especially to the UK and to Germany, to get involved in forced commercial prostitution, which she is the one who gains from all of that. As God will have it, the searchlight was also on her, on all her activities, herself and her husband, who were eventually arrested. And this arrest was through the coordination or collaboration of NAPTIP, JBTF, and the NCA. And we are happy that last week she was convicted. It may interest you to know that while this investigation was on, there was a joint activity which took some of our officers to locate some of their property in Edo State, Benin City, for especially where some properties were searched through court orders, and some individuals were also arrested as a result of this case. And some of those individuals, their matter is still on here in Nigeria, especially in Edo State. The case of Iyamu should be a lesson to other traffickers out there who are trafficking on Nigerians. They should know that what has happened to Iyamu may be a child's play to what will happen to them when they are caught. So if they know what is good for themselves, it is better that they stop, because not only are we coming after them, we are also coming after their assets. We are coming after the monies that they have kept in various places, and we have a task from the government of Nigeria to ensure that issues of trafficking are stopped. And for us in investigation, we will continue to fight until we see that all these things are achieved.
In Nigeria, we have the wonderful culture of looking out for each other, no matter how bad the case may be. It is better than being sold into slavery in a foreign land. To be forewarned is to be forearmed. Don't be deceived. The streets of Europe are not paved with gold. This is to inform the general public that Perebi Nicole Otubo, a notorious human trafficker, is wanted by NAPTIP. Anyone with useful information on her whereabouts should contact the agency on this toll-free number 0703 0000 203 or 0800 225 5627 847. You can email info@naptip.gov.ng. NAPTIP, empowered to protect you.
Are you still in doubt or thinking it is not my portion? Well, if I may ask, whose portion should it be? A word they say is enough for the wise. Event segment is next. Keep watching. The personal parade of 43 course participants, drawn from 10 NAPTIP zonal commands, who were trained by the Department of State Service on basic law enforcement intelligence for senior officers, was held at the Staff Development Center in Kaduna State. In his opening remarks, representative of the graduating class, Chidi Donatus Ifeanyi, Assistant Director, Public Enlightenment, NAPTIP, commended the agency and the Department of State Service.
First, I give thanks to Almighty God for the gift of life and making this personal parade possible and successful. Our sincere appreciation equally goes to our amiable, resolute, and dynamic Director General, Dame Julie Okedonli, for the awesome privilege of participating in such a momentous intelligence course as this. Having gone through this rewarding course, we make bold to say that we are now well equipped to combat the menace of trafficking in persons. And we assure the Director General of our commitment, passion, and competence to wage war against the dark, heinous world of human trafficking in Nigeria and beyond.
Speaking at the event, the Acting Director, Staff Development Center, Shina Adeleke Hassan, shed more light on the training.
I wish to express my heartfelt gratitude to Almighty Allah for the successful conclusion of the course and for the historic passing out ceremony of 2018 first batch of Law Enforcement and Intelligence course for officers of National Agency for Prohibition of Trafficking in Person, with 43 graduates who have been carried out through series of group and individual skill enhancement training, such as security instructions, drills, simulation exercises, mental and academic activities, group presentations, problem-solving situations, and even moral trainings. Specifically, the graduating students today before us are capable of taking NAPTIP to greater height.
In her remarks, the Director General of NAPTIP, Dame Julie Akadani, commended all state actors that ensured the success of the training and also charged the officers to implement the knowledge and skills acquired.
I must sincerely appreciate the Department of State Services under the dynamic leadership of its Director General, Lawal Musa Daura, for their magnanimity in accepting to collaborate with NAPTIP, a symbiotic relationship that has existed for so many years now and which has culminated in intelligence sharing, institutional capacity development, and camaraderie amongst officers. The nobility of the Director General of the Department of State Services, coupled with the steadfastness to synergize towards combating human trafficking in Nigeria, has within this short period transformed, tutored, and nurtured these NAPTIP officers to the end products which we see before us today. I want to congratulate all the NAPTIP officers here for going through this period of training and enduring the difficulties associated with such training. I would like to say how much I admire you all for your dedication and application in successfully passing this course. You will be exposed to further training in your line of specialization and from time to time attend courses or training with officers from other law enforcement agencies and services.
The representative of the Director General of the Department of State Service, the State Director of Security, Mahmoud Tankoningi, then urged the officers to act as worthy ambassadors of the center in the discharge of their duty.
I have no iota of doubt what you have learned in this short period has added value to your knowledge, sharpened your intellect, and equipped you with the necessary set of skills to enable you effectively and efficiently cope up with the current security challenges of human trafficking and child labor. As you go back to your organization, I want you to internalize and put into practice the knowledge and skills you have acquired during this course. Remember, each and every one of you is now an ambassador of this center.
At the end of the ceremony, awards and certificates were handed out to the best graduating officers and all participants. A federal high court sitting in Jos, Plateau State, has sentenced 2 men and 1 woman to jail for child trafficking. The convicts, 49-year-old Emeka Christopher from Ayamelum local government area of Anambra State, 30-year-old Kenneth Anajemba from Oyi local government area of Anambra State, and 29-year-old Esther David from Wasi local government area of Plateau State, were arraigned by NAPTIP on the 28th of June 2018. The first defendant, Emeka Christopher, was arrested by officers of the Nigerian Army at a checkpoint in Jos while on transit to Anambra State with a 5-year-old female victim. Upon interrogation, he confessed that he bought the child from Kenneth Anajemba and Esther David, who had earlier abducted the girl from her mother's house in Bukuru area of Jos. They were subsequently arraigned in court on a 3-count charge under Sections 21, 13, and 27 of the Trafficking in Persons Prohibition Enforcement and Administration Act of 2015. The presiding judge, Justice V.M. Agishi, found the accused persons guilty. The first defendant was sentenced to 4 years imprisonment with a fine of 500,000 naira. Failure to pay the fine will attract an additional 4 years imprisonment. The second and third accused persons were sentenced to 2 years imprisonment each with a fine of 100,000 naira. Failure to pay the fine will attract an additional 1 year imprisonment. The 3 accused persons were also slammed with a collective additional sentence of 2 years imprisonment each and a fine of 500,000 naira, which failure to pay will attract additional 2 years imprisonment. All sentences will run concurrently while the fine is cumulative. The Director General of NAPTIP, Dinjili Okadani, in her remarks, praised the collaborative efforts of the Nigerian Army for the referral and the judiciary for a speedy trial. She then urged parents to be cautious and wary of people who pose as friends and family members who might end up abducting their children. In order to enlighten students who are usual targets of human traffickers, staff of the Public Enlightenment Department of the agency visited Junior Secondary School, Hajj Camp, Gogolada, Abuja, to enlighten the students on the elements and dangers of human trafficking and child abuse. After the sensitization workshop, the students made an affirmation against human trafficking. The school's guidance counselor, Mojisola Elizabeth Olawuyi, commended NAPTIP for the initiative.
It is very important for the children to be aware of them not being sold out. One of the dangers is that it will stop their education. It can lead to unwanted pregnancy. It can even lead to death. And all these things have been made known to the children today. So they are aware of the dangers. We are very grateful because even the contact numbers we are giving to them, if there's anything like that, they will know where to call and where to go to. Even as I'm talking, the children are singing in the class that they are priceless. No amount of money can buy them. At least they have something to take home to their parents. And as the school also, we are very grateful for the awareness.
From the Junior Secondary School, NAPTIP Enlightenment team also visited Government Secondary School, Hajj Camp in Gogolada, Abuja, to sensitize the senior students on human trafficking, child abuse, and violence against persons. The Vice Principal Administration, patron of the NAPTIP Club, and the head boy commended NAPTIP for the initiative.
I think what happened today was wonderful. The presentation they gave was very good. And most students here do suffer some of these things we're talking about. And I think now they're able to soften their mind and give them faith that all is going to be well. Even if they have bad parents, they have people to run to and be assured that they'll be punished for all their offenses. When we reach home, we can talk to our parents, also enlighten them, because most of them are not educated. We can tell them about the dangers of all these traffickers because they can come like a wolf in a sheep clothes.
Public enlightenment is a key strategy adopted by the agency in the prevention of human trafficking, violence against persons, and child abuse. The Enugu State Zonal Command of NAPTIP recovered a boy of about 2 years old from his buyer in Obosi, Anambra State. We have to break protocol to reveal his face, as we plead with all well-meaning Nigerians and anyone who can identify him to please inform his parents and relations to visit the NAPTIP Zonal Command in Enugu State with relevant documents and medical records for identification and reunion. Please be informed that all documents will be scrutinized and further medical tests carried out to ascertain claims. If anyone has a lead, please call 0708 060 1803, 0708 060 1803.
For more enquiries and support, or to report cases of suspected human trafficking and child abuse, please call NAPTIP hotlines on 0703 0000 203 or 0800 2255 627847 or email info@naptip.gov.ng. Visit our website www.naptip.gov.ng. Follow us on our social media platforms at NAPTIP Nigeria and watch our videos on YouTube.
I sincerely hope you have been enlightened. Spread the word about the inherent dangers of human trafficking and illegal migration. Call NAPTIP today to report suspected cases of human trafficking, child abuse, and all forms of violence. It's time to say goodbye, but I hope to see you again, same time next week. I am Emanuela Okeke. Thank you for watching and goodbye.